Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my list of everything that I think needs to be on the Switch 2. I'm kind of panic recording this video because apparently the Switch 2 might get announced this week, so this is gonna be the second video on my channel. I'm gonna be going through everything that I think, this is my personal opinion of what I think needs to be on this new console. Mostly quality of life things and mostly like cutesy decor type of things, but none of the stuff that I'm saying is going to be completely like mind-boggling or even of my own creativity, you know, like everything that I'm saying is not going to be something that someone hasn't already said. Okay, I'm just going to be putting it all together in a list so that I can say I told you so when it finally gets announced and we can see it. Starting off with the games, I think that this style of games is pretty cute. It's more recognizable than the square ones were for the DS and the 3DS. It fits more with like the PlayStations and the Xboxes, you know, it's more of a DVD size thing. It's good, right? But I hate the red spines. I don't know if this is just me. I just pulled a handful of DS games off my shelf, but I love how all of them were completely different colors. It's their own style with whatever the game is. It's just, you know, it's more unique and it's more colorful. It looks nicer on a shelf, right? You could see the uniqueness of every game. You see the bright yellow, okay, that's my brain age, you know, whatever. You can recognize it easier. You just see the red spines and white text and you don't know which game is which. You're like, unless you know how long the title of the game is and you can see that, but no one's doing that, okay? I think having it more colorful is so much better. Even the 3DS had more uniform style games, but it's still like, you can still see the uniqueness there, right? So even if we get something as minimal as this, where it's like, okay, now the text is different and we have a white back, you know, which I think they will do. I don't think they're going to keep it red. They're going to go with something different. That way you're able to differentiate from your Switch 1 and your Switch 2 games. As for what they're going to do with them, I don't know. I think they're definitely going to lean away from the red, the bright red, and they're going to do something different. I do think white would be the best option since they do usually go for white. As you can see, I have a mix of my DS and 3DS games. They're mostly white, at least on the sides. But yeah, that's the main thing on the games. I think the cartridges are going to mostly stay the same. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is the insides of the games. So obviously here's my copy of Kirby Star Allies. I just got it. But we have a cute little inside along with the little game. But we have these two little slip-ins for something, and they never gave us anything to put in there. Like, what am granted, I put my receipts in here whenever I go buy a game. I usually put the receipt in here because what else am I supposed to put in here? We need manuals back. Manuals need to come back. It's not even because I need to know everything about the game and I want to 100% complete it. It's just that, why would you give us these little clip-ins with nothing to put in them? What? And I know I've seen some people making really cool fan-made manuals, which I think is so cool, but I'm gonna pay an extra what, $20 for a manual that should have been included in the game to begin with? Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. And I do appreciate people doing that to try to keep physical media like more alive, because obviously we're losing it. The PS5 Pro, Ultra, Super X, whatever the hell, is now like digital only, which I hate. I love my physical media. I have 2 other bookshelves full of books. I have my vinyls. Like, I love physical media, but come on, keep it good, you know? Going off of that, a lot of third-party games have nothing in here. Like, what is this? Like, even if you just reprinted this or like put the same exact thing on the inside, I'd say, okay, hey, you tried. But I haven't played this game yet. Again, this is like low-key spoilers for my next video. But even if you just put a map in here or something, I'm sure this game has a map. You could put the map in here. You could put a screenshot from the game, like something funny or something cute, whatever it may be. You could just slap that in there and it'd be better than just the white screen staring at you. I know that Nintendo is usually pretty good about that. I don't think that there's a single first-party game that doesn't have an inside little print to it or a map. Like, here I have my copy of Jamboree. I already redeemed this, so don't even try. Here we have my copy of Jamboree, but like I said, I keep my little What else am I supposed to keep in here? This is what came with it. Like my fitness boxing, I also just got, I keep my receipts in here. Like what else am I supposed to keep? Like, hello. Continuing on with more cutesy things. We need to bring themes back. Come on. A lot of the stuff that I'm going to say today is things that the DS and the 3DS did perfectly. And they said, you know what? I know everyone loves this, but we're just gonna, fuck that. You go to themes in your Switch and it's black and white. What? You're joking. Like, how is that's not even a theme. That's just dark mode or light mode. Like, everything has that. The 3DS did that perfectly, and they missed the opportunity to make money. Hello, people would pay for themes on the 3DS. Bring that back. Make your bank, Nintendo. And continuing on with that, bringing back folders and being able to make your apps bigger or smaller. Like, hello, it was literally the perfect, in my opinion, it was the perfect home layout for a console. And then they made it like every other console, like the Xbox and the PlayStation. Like, they just made it super basic. Like, I think the PlayStation even does it better. They even like bring up the game and behind it and stuff like that. Like, I only have Nintendo. I have the Xbox 360, so I can't really speak for much. But from what I've seen, they basically made it basic. The next thing I want to talk about is the social platform. We had Meet Plaza, we had PictoChat, and that was pretty good. And again, Nintendo just threw that out the window. They said, you know what, we had this really good thing, we're just gonna trash it. Nothing is better. Like, what? Hello, even if they would have given us the exact same thing that was on the 3DS, I think people would have been happier than with nothing. Not to mention that the Switch comes with basically no apps in the system. Like, hello. Again, I'm gonna be saying hello a bunch of times. Like, are you listening? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? The 3DS came with so many apps already integrated into the console. Like, and then they just trashed that again. Like, give us all those standard apps. Give us our activity log. I'm a huge fan of the activity log. Give us our steps. I need to see that. I want to know, okay? Even the stupid music player, like, give us that too. Like, I think it's better to have too many than not enough. Like, give us a bunch of random apps that people are gonna want to be gone rather than giving us nothing. Like, I don't know. I think that a lot of those apps need to come back. Bringing back Mii's as a bigger part of the Nintendo console would be perfect. Mii's have always been iconic for Nintendo. Like, how do you just completely ditch that and only make it your, like, profile picture? Like, what? PictoChat, again, as an option for an app, even if it's just for local communication. Like, it's just, oh, if you're connected to the same Wi-Fi, or if you're within, I don't know, a certain mile radius, something like that. Like, if it's in your neighborhood, per se. Like, even just that would be so cool and just an option, you know? Now, this is gonna be a little more biased because I love Steam. I play a lot of games on Steam, and I have fully customized my own profile on Steam. And since then, it has made me absolutely hate every other profiling system. Okay, I love the way you can add whatever you want in your showcases, whether it be achievements or your games, anything like that, including even the badge system for games that you get badges for. Granted, it's a little bit, you know, money based, which I kind of hate, but if you sell cards for games that you don't care about and then you get enough money to buy for games that you do care about, you can technically get there. But even then, for one game, you're gonna pay like less than $5, so it's maybe even $2, you know, because cards are worth like 10 cents. So it's still a cool system in theory, but I would like something like that for Nintendo. Even with choosing profile pictures based off of the games that you play and allowing for games to be able to upload their own characters as profile pictures, I think is so cool, and it would be so amazing for indie games. A lot of indie games that are on Switch are already on Steam. They already have those things available and done. All that they need to do is just upload them to Switch or to Nintendo, and it's available to Nintendo as well. It's the same thing. Continuing on with that, my number one thing, achievements. I would love to see achievements come to Nintendo. I'm a huge achievement-based person. I even have an achievement journal where I keep a list of all the achievements of the games that I'm currently playing, and I like to check them off as I go. Let me know if you want to see a video about that, by the way. But I think that adding achievements to Nintendo games would just make it so much more replayable, whether it be, you know, playing it for a certain amount of times or getting different endings or finding secret passageways. Anything like that would be so cool. It would just be Nintendo's first party games that would need to be looked through. But even then, I'm sure Nintendo has a big enough employment to be able to get at least 1 or 2 people to go through, to make their way through the games and upload achievements, you know, slowly but surely from the original Switch 1 games. And then as they're moving forward, just include achievements in all the Switch 2 games. It wouldn't be that difficult. The third-party games already have achievements for the most part, because they're also on Steam, they're also on PlayStation or Xbox. But even then, going through and making an achievements list, even if it's just 5 achievements or something like that, I feel like that would make it even better to just have a quick little achievements, even if it's just of course you're gonna get it if you just play through the game, you know? I don't know how this made it this far without me screaming it, but please, Nintendo, if you take one thing from this video, because of course Nintendo's gonna see this video, please bring back Streetpass or something extremely similar to it. It was perfect. It was amazing. If someone were to get a 3DS this year per se and try to get a Streetpass, it would be near impossible. We've all seen the videos of people trying to get a Streetpass and it takes them forever. The only one that I saw do it pretty well was Wood from BeatEmUps, and that's because he was going to conventions and advertising the fact that he was bringing a 3DS and he had a platform to be able to have other people bring their 3DS. Like, no average person is just gonna go out and get a Streetpass when they go to school or something like that. Like, unless you tell your friend, hey, bring your 3DS, it's not gonna happen. But if you bring it back with the Switch 2, it would be so iconic. The only thing that I would want to see change from the 3DS version of Streetpass to the Switch 2 version of Streetpass would be to allow you to get Streetpasses even when you're playing Switch 1 games, whereas the 3DS didn't allow you to get Streetpasses when you're playing DS games because it put you in like an offline mode or something like that. That would be literally the only change. I loved all the mini games. The puzzles were so cool. Everything about it. It's just phenomenal. Bring back Streetpass. Again, nothing new, nothing revolutionary with what I'm about to say. The eShop needs to be better. The eShop needs to be so much better. What is up with all the hentai? Why? What is that? Who is buying that? There needs to be a better way to wish list things and be able to access your wish list. I don't know if I'm just dumb. I've never been able to see my wish list. I heart things and then it just goes into an imaginary wish list. I get emails about a wish list. Never seen that in my life. I don't know, maybe that's just me. A gifting system would be so much better. Again, basing it off of Steam, it's so easy to gift someone a game. And it should be on Nintendo's platform as well. It should be on the eShop as well. You already have friends. You already have access to their library pretty much if you press on their profile. Why can't we gift them games? The other thing is that the eShop needs a better algorithm. Like, again, referencing Wood from BeatEmUps. Why is it showing him all the games that he's already downloaded and purchased? Like, what is that? I mean, granted, I have a decent collection here, but he has an even better one, Trust. Why is it showing him games that he already owns? I don't know. Do something, Nintendo. Fix that, please. Another more just like preference thing is to have better colors for the Switch 2. I feel like the OLED did really, really well. The basic white OLED did really well, simply for the fact that it was plain and white and you could decorate it however you want. You could take it to whatever direction you wanted. It was just so much better for a wide genre of people. I think that's why the white OLED did so well, because every single unboxing that I see of a Nintendo Switch, it's the white OLED. It's the white OLED. But that's why it did so well, because it's perfect for literally everyone. So I'm asking Nintendo, please give us more basic colors. Like, they did it with the Switch Lite. They gave us a bunch of cute little colors for that one. Why can't they do the same thing, but for the basic Switch? Going based off that, the dock needs to be better. It could be so much better. Again, this isn't new. This isn't something revolutionary that I've just come up with. Having a half dock that shows part of the screen, you could do so much with that. I've seen leaks of the Switch 2 showing like alarm clocks or just the time, you know, little different Nintendo characters, everything like that. That would be so cute. And even if you turn off your system, you put it in sleep mode and it shows you what game you were last playing, or, you know, it just flips through a bunch of the games that you already have in your library. Something like that would be so cool. That way, you know, if you're like, oh, you just happen to look at your Switch while you're, I don't know, doing homework or something, you just see a game that you haven't played in a few months and you're like, oh my god, I should get back into that game, I missed it, whatever it may be. I feel like that would be so adorable. They need to do something about that mobile app that people are supposed to use for communication purposes. No, absolutely not. Nintendo needs to make a party system, a correct one. I have nothing to base this off of other than the Xbox 360, but even that had a really good party system. You just invite your friends, you see your friends list, and you open it up, invite them to the party. Super, super simple, okay? And doesn't have to do anything with what microphone you have. What they should have a microphone. Let us get Nintendogs back. Give us Nintendogs. And that's pretty much the end of my niche list of things that I would like to see. Obviously there's like the more generic stuff on the hardware. I would love to see an OLED screen, better battery life, but honestly that's just stuff that it's up to Nintendo if they want to give that to us. I'm pretty sure the leaks show that we're gonna just get a normal screen, not the OLED. So they might try to sell us an OLED later down the line. It's up to you if you want to wait for it. I personally am going to be waiting for an Animal Crossing edition because I don't have a single Animal Crossing console and I wish I did. So yeah, let me know what feature you guys really want, if it's one that I already said or one that you've heard from someone else. And let me know if you're planning on buying the Switch 2 at launch or if you're going to wait for a special edition like me. However, I mentioned Animal Crossing. I am gonna have a video coming out really soon about all the things that I want to see in Animal Crossing 6. So let me know your ideas down below. Hopefully I get this out before the Switch 2 is announced. That would be pretty bad timing if it's not. But yeah, stay tuned for those videos and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!